Hey, everybody, and welcome to Coaching Cocktails and Conversations. I am so excited to see you once again. I am Lolita E. Walker, and I am here for Coaching Cocktails and Conversations, your 10-minute power powwow. We are about to get all the way in. You ready? So am I. It's a 10-minute power powwow hosted by Lolita E. Walker. Come on into the room and grab a little bit of coaching, cocktails, and conversations. Yes, coaching is where I leave you with a couple nuggets just to challenge your thinking. Cocktails is where I celebrate the greatness of who you are when you show up right here. And in conversations is what we are about to do for the next 10 minutes. Grab a friend, share it out because it's about to go down. Are you ready for a little bit of motivation? Are you ready to increase your clarity, increase your confidence, and then walk with a new type of commitment? You are in the right place. Come on in. This is Lolita E. Walker of LolitaWalker.com. Let's go. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live today on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook in my community, Coaching Cocktails and Conversations. If you are not already a part of it, come on in. Yes, I've heard from many of you all on how powerful these 10-minute power hours are. Power powwows. I am Lolita E. Walker. If it's your first time here, let me tell you a little bit about Coaching Cocktails and Conversations. Coaching is where I just leave you with a couple nuggets just to challenge your thinking. Cocktails is all about celebrating the greatness of who you are when you show up right here. And then conversations is the juiciness we have either in the comment section, directly in DMs, or right here in one of these platforms. And I hear from you all on topics that you want to lean into. So, who am I and what do I bring to the table? Well, I am a certified life, leadership, and executive coach. I'm a TEDx Empower speaker. I'm a two-time author. I'm a mommy. I have been navigating this world for 44 years, and not that that means a whole lot, but I have a little bit of this and that, and a lot of you all who love to chime in. So it makes it an amazing, super awesome conversation. Now, I think it was last week that we had this topic about folks on your train. I'm always talking about folks that are on your train, and had this amazing question that said, what if your family members and your friends are the ones who are not supporting you on your train? Then what? And I thought that was such a great conversation. It came out of my private Facebook community, Coaching Cocktails and Conversations. And I said, guess what? Why not have a 10-minute power powwow just to talk about that? So if you are listening in on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know who you are and where you're tuning in from. And if you have any thoughts on this topic right here, it's absolutely awesome. Again, what we do here is just leave you with a couple nuggets just to challenge your thinking, to power your day with inspiration, motivation, and shifting you to a renewed action. That's what it's all about. So, what if your family and friends don't support you? Here's the thing. We always want to be surrounded by the folks who are in our inner circle. We always want to be supported by the folks that surround us all the time. But sometimes, as this question denotes, is that we don't always have their support. I could leave you with a couple considerations just to, think through a little bit. And one of the things is, communicating like, hey, guess what? I have this amazing vision of X, Y, and Z. Let me tell you how amazing it is. Get excited about what it is that you're doing. So somebody might say, oh my gosh, Lolita, I've already done those things. No problem. What brings you passion? And to remember your why, right? Remember your why. Sometimes it's our why that helps to power us through the difficult times when we don't have the support that we need. Why is this dream, this vision, this endeavor so important to you? What does it mean to you when you do this thing? And I was trying to think, I was getting showered up this morning. I tried to really think about when is a time where I didn't have all the support that I thought that I needed and I needed at that time. And I'm always so vulnerable with you all. And one of the things is, I have a lot of dreams and I have a lot of big dreams. And I don't know if I ever wasn't supported or anybody. No, I will say people have said, oh, you can't do all of that. Let's use that as an example then. When people say, oh, you can't do all of that. You can't do all of that. Not only in my mind do I have to tell me what do I have to tell me, Lolita, watch me work. Sometimes I say it to them too. But it's also remembering why some of the things are important. And then remembering that sometimes what people project back on you is their own insecurities and not necessarily yours. Sometimes your ambition is so bright and people can't take hold because they've never really experienced it or they've never thought out of their box. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but sometimes when we grow, when our train is moving, sometimes there's not people on our train with us, and that could feel a little hurtful and harmful. So would I tell you just leave them in the wind and say deuces? I wouldn't say that. Sometimes our family and friends, you don't even have an opportunity to kind of let them off the train. They're there. But I love the notion of stepping into another caboose. You don't always have to be around that energy. So if you have a dream that you want and you don't feel the support that you necessarily need and absolutely deserve at this time because you're pushing through and that excitement, the folks around you are not sharing that thing, just step up to the folks that will surround you. Find communities is another opportunity. Find communities of folks who pour into you. Let's say you want to be a graphic designer and you have this passion you've been drawing forever, but let's say someone in your household said, or somebody really close to you, artists don't make any money. That's a stupid dream. I'm making that up. If that doesn't feel like support to you, then let's find a community of artists. Let's find a community where you can not only hone your craft, but there are people that are surrounding you who are also going to pour into you and help your creativity. Because here's the thing. When you're not surrounded by, I was going to say leeches because we talked about something about leeching onto you when we talked about pressing, right? Yesterday, if you didn't already see the 10-minute power powwow from yesterday, I talked about pressing the grapes. And what are your grapes? And in this instance where we're talking about right now, what if your dream was your grape? Your dream of artistry was your grape. Like, this is the thing. This is the thing, right? At the end of it, you got to press those things. You got to press and press and press for your own dream. What's at the end of that? That becomes your juice in our analogy that we used yesterday, because you know what's ahead of you, right? And then we also talked about the notion of pressing is to move distractions out of your way. This is about yesterday. So if you didn't see that, make sure you tap into that one right there. But the notion of yesterday was really talking about this process of pressing also removes like the stems and the extra stuff that's not feeding you at the time. And then it removes all of the impurities so that now you can walk, talk, and behave differently. Your eyes are set differently. So I don't have the answer for you, but I can give you a couple of considerations is to step up a caboose, move up, because even though your family and your friends might be on your train at this particular moment, in this particular time, you choose your inner circle or the folks that you are going to place yourself around. So what if you're saying, you know what, but they live in the same house and I feel like they're toxic? Well, let's brainstorm some opportunities to shift you. There's so many out there. There's so many opportunities. Let's say you can't move right now. I can see somebody saying that, well, Lolita, I don't have the money to move right now. Okay. Is this thing important to you? No problem. Well, how can you get out of the house? Is there a local library beside of you? There's so many amazing things. And when you remember your why, you'll remember if it's a priority for you. So that is what I have for you all today as we really talk about, I forgot to even put it up right here, when your family and friends don't support you. There's are some considerations for today. If you want to lean in a little bit more, you can always reach me at lolitawalker.com. I am a certified life leadership and executive coach, and I'd love to power you with some amazing questions that will help you to pull out all of the greatness that is already inside of you. Tomorrow is Thursday, and so I will be here at 7:00 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will be popping in for a little longer than 10 minutes because I'm also going live on the Clubhouse app right here on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook as well. All right, you guys, it's right at 10:10, so I'll chat you a little bit later. And that concludes our 10 minutes of pure power. Thank you so much for showing up today for your 10-minute power powwow. Now, whether you were live and added in, whether you were sitting on a corner and just doing a little bit of thinking, whether you are watching the replay, I want to say hello to you and invite you to come right on back. Did you miss it? Well, go ahead and shoot it out to a friend while both of you guys taking all of the action. So what is next? Head on over to lolitawalker.com/coaching cocktails conversations, because what's in it for you? Yes, it's a podcast. Yes, It's a group coaching program. Are you a part of it? Yes, it is a retreat. Are you already signed up to make sure you're pulling out that power? Yes, it's one-on-one coaching. Yes, it's a journal. Yes, coaching, cocktails, and conversations is a movement. So grab this 10 minutes and let's do something with it. I will see you later. But head on over, lolitawalker.com. This should not be the first time, but even if it is, make sure it's not the last. See you soon.